Christmas. It's the Christmas Eve edition of NFL Prime Time, the final Sunday, but it's being played on Saturday of the regular season, and what a day it is. And with me, as always, is Tom Jackson. With us, not as always, is Robin Roberts, which means, you know what? We get to do all the games, even the Robin games. It was an interesting day, and some of the teams you least expected to play well did so. Well, the Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. The Eagles had lost 6 straight. The Bengals had lost 5 straight. But yet, in some ways, this was the game of the day, at least most entertaining. Deck the halls from Riverfront. Here we go. Good action. As Rich Kotite wondering, would this be his last game, and would it be Randall Cunningham's last game? Well, it is Tim Krumrie's last game, and he's riding off into the sunset.
Hope he didn't leave in the same direction that Deion left when he left the stadium.
Well, we know what happened there. We know what happens here. Jeff Blake to Carl Slim Pickens, 51 yards. And then that sets up Blake to Pickens, 14 yards. And look at him. Don't bother me. 7-0 Bengals. After a field goal makes it 10-3 Cincinnati. Here's the ensuing kick. Herschel Walker fielding it on his own 6. Follows the wall and then just cuts upfield. And look at him go. The block on Lee Johnson, the kicker, and he cut. Go all the way. Herschel with the 94-yard kick return. And if the Eagles, look at the Eagles. They're saying, you know what? You played all year long hard, and we respect it to turn their emotion around.
We see a number of good blocks here thrown by number 31, Brian O'Neill, number 68, Tom McHale. But right at the end, Von Hebron, number 45, right there sealing off the last 2 players. And look at the speed of a big man, Herschel Walker, headed for the end zone.
So the second half, the Eagles leading it to 20-10, and Mike Zordich makes a pretty interception. He spins, he turns, he picks up a block, and he's gone. The Eagles hit it by 17, 27-10. But David Shula's Bengals, winners of only 2 games all year, don't quit at 27-10. And the naked reverse. Get some clothes on, son. Blake, first down, runs out of bounds. That sets up a pitch to Harold Green. 6 yards, 27-17, late the third. Fourth quarter now. The Bengals continue their comeback. Blake steps up, finds Tony McGee. 30-27, Philadelphia. Under 2 minutes to go. It's 4th and 16. And watch Blake. He's hemmed in, but he scrambles. And Tommy needs 16 yards, looking to make the play for the Cole for the first down.
Outstanding effort to put the ball out and lay it right at the first down marker.
That eventually sets up from 22, Doug Batson, the Pelfrey. Good, with just seconds to go. So the squib kick, and we move to overtime, except for one problem. Brian O'Neill. Brian, what? Adrian Hardy, one of the Hardy boys, number 45, falls on it. There's a second to go. That sets up a possible 54-yard game-winning field goal. The kick, it's a knuckler, but it's good. 2 field goals in the final seconds, and the Bengals celebrate. Rich Kotite wonders what happened at the end. But as the Bengals celebrate, this is a great scene coming up, Tommy.
What a great shot of Timmy Krumrie being carried off by his teammates. There haven't been few who played the game better than Timmy Krumrie.
Well, so for the Bengals, they win their 3rd game of the year. Of course, they've been 3-13 3 of the last 4 years. For Bubby Brister, it spoiled a 325-yard day for him. And, of course, Kotite kind of had his feet cut out from under him this year by upstairs. We shall see on Monday what happens the day after Christmas. But, Tommy, you know, 2 teams played hard and gave football fans a good show despite their records. I think that speaks well for them and the game.
Well, I think we look to next year for both of these football teams. I think the Bengals have a lot to build on, a defense that's stacked full of #1 draft choices. You wait for those guys to come along. Offensively, they discovered Jeff Blake as a quarterback, Darnay Scott, Carl Pickens at the wide receiver slots. So a lot for Coach Shula to build on into next year. And for Richie Kotite, I hope people will realize what a great coach he has been in Philadelphia. He ends his coaching tenure 8 games over 500, but that doesn't tell the tale of what he was able to do when he didn't have the proper talent on the football field.
He will coach again soon in the NFL. There's no question about that. Hey, Herschel Record set an NFL record today. Herschel Walker set an NFL record today. Nobody in the history of the NFL has ever, in the same season, had such a reception of over 93 yards, over 90 yards, a run of over 90 yards, and a kickoff return of over 90 yards. The only guy ever to do it in his whole career was Bobby Mitchell. Herschel now in 1 season, truly a man for the 90s. The Packers, could they run into the playoffs in a battle against the Bucs at the Big Sombrero? We'll show you.
Red Dog here. Look at him. Making fools of himself. And for what? A pat on the head and a dog biscuit?
What do you think of that?
You got a mind of your own.
Oh.
Know what I'm saying? Do what's right for you. Hey, buddy, nothing personal.
Red Dog beer. Bold yet smooth, easy to drink.
But I don't jump through hoops for nobody.
So, what do you think?
You look tough to me.
You just don't see that these days.
I'm impressed. I want those qualities on our team. I think we can get them.
Let's go ask.
Hey, that's Ellie's head scout.
Could you come over here, second son?
Yeah, you. Going to the show, baby.
Could you turn around? You know if these sweats come in teal?
Is that seam double-stitched?
You like the way it flows?
Looking for tough athletic wear? Get Russell Athletic. Get tough.
Flexible.
Most people will never see the art you display, the antiques you collect, the things in your home you care about. Which leaves only one possession that reflects your sense of style to the world. Acura. Some things are worth the price.
It's scary how clear it is. It's only a movie, except on a Sony big screen TV.
Oh, good. Something romantic.
A reminder, even though the regular NFL slate is on Saturday, ESPN's Sunday Night Football is on Sunday. The Detroit Lions and Miami Dolphins, they need wins to possibly win their division. Tomorrow night, Christmas night, 8 Eastern, 5 on the West Coast. When we return, the Falcons run and shoot. Could it undo the Cardinals' playoff express? Stay with us, please.
It is a celebration of excellence. 75 years of NFL memories. And to honor this diamond anniversary, we proudly present the NFL's 100 greatest touchdowns. The greatest TDs of all time in one remarkable video. The great runs and the great runners. From Jim Brown to Emmitt Smith. From Walter Payton to Barry Sanders. All the superstar quarterbacks from Namath to Montana, from Unitas to Bradshaw. This is a video classic. The NFL's 100 greatest touchdowns. Order yours for just $19.95, and you'll get this special collector's edition art print tracing the 75 years of the NFL. This is an exclusive TV offer.
To order, call 1-800-544-1000. That's 544-1000. Or send $19.95 plus $4.95 shipping to Greatest TDs, P.O. Box 213, Plainville, Connecticut.
Hey, Tommy, what does this watch stand for anyway?
It stands for Sunday Night Football on ESPN.
Oh, it's watch. Because I thought, see, I thought the W, if you switch around a couple of letters, and it works right out.
Join the Watch program. We encourage everyone to watch.
I had it crooked, I think.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. The ultimate irony. Buddy and the Arizona Cardinals trying to get the playoffs if they could beat the last run-and-shoot team, the offense he abhors. The last run-and-shoot team, of course, the Atlanta Falcons. The Cards haven't been in the playoffs since 1982. Would it be a ghost of Christmas past? Or would it be ghost of Christmas future? Well, Buddy said, hey, we told you so. We're going to get in the playoffs after an 0-3 start. First quarter, look at the nice throw by Jeff George to Bert Emanuel, and he's gone. 85 yards. He does go all the way. 7-0 Falcons on a pretty pass and run.
Yeah, Terry Hogue coming over from his safety position. You see right here at the end of this play, he knows he has misjudged his angle of pursuit, and that foot race, Bert Emanuel is going to win every single time.
Jeff George was playing hurt. He played even more hurt when Jameer Miller, who had a big game, the rookie, douses him in the second quarter, and George out, Bobby Hebert in for the rest of the game, as it was last week for Atlanta. Second half, the Cards offense sluggish. It's a 7-3 game, but Ron Moore rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down to the 3. One play later, Jay Schrader, Jesse Tuggle, the Pro Bowler, recovers for the Falcons. What happened, Tom?
You can see this ball comes right through Jay Schrader's hands, hits him in the chest, and Tuggle does a nice job getting up under the pile and squeezing the football.
Would the Falcons be able to turn it? Look at Hebert to Darrell Spencer, slicing through the middle of the defense, turns Hogue around, and he's in to Arizona territory. Then, I want you to watch Craig Ironhead Hayward. He leaps tall buildings almost with a single bound, and it sets up a field goal by Norm Johnson, 10-3 foul saving. Start of the fourth quarter, Mike Kent. 251 games, standing ovation for the great longtime Atlanta Falcon tackle. Now they play the fourth quarter. Schrader to Larry Self centers. Makes one move. Makes two moves. Makes a third move. Knocks over 4 tacklers. Look at the play by centers for 22 yards, setting up a field goal, 10-6 Atlanta. Cards get it back. Schrader. Homer Redskin teammate Gary Clark. They hook up for 20 yards. 2 minutes to go. 4th and 6 on the 10-yard line. Schrader looks for Clark again. But although Clark calls for interference, it goes as an incomplete.
Yeah, the Cardinals looking for a call here, but if you watch Clark on the goal line right here as he makes his turn, just looks like he loses his footing right there at the goal line. DJ Johnson puts his hands back, and they don't get the call.
But the Cards do get the ball back, holding Atlanta, forcing a punt. 25 seconds to go. Schrader to Clark. Makes the leap, roll it, oh, and he's tackled at the 1-yard line. And then, boom, 4 seconds to go. And Gary Clark, another 50-catch season for him. But the Cards have one last shot to get in the end zone, down 10-6. Do they run it? Do they throw it? Imaginative play? No. Ron Moore up the middle. It's Jesse Tuggle who makes the tackle, and the Falcons knock Buddy. Although they knew it already on the scoreboard, this ensured it. Knocked Buddy and the Cardinals out of the playoff picture by the count of 10-6. Schrader threw for 317 yards. Pretty good for the Cards. Atlanta had 307 yards. Not bad for a run and shoot against Buddy's defense. Seahawks and the Browns. They were pumped up in the dog pound. I tell you what, I know Cleveland lost last week, but the Browns have been playing some good football, and they knew that a win would get them at home games. Leroy Horde for 13. Leroy Horde for 11 on the Gay. Horde 24 carries for 74 yards for the Natalie-clad Bill Belichick. So 3rd and short, you give it to Horde. No, it's Eric Metcalf, a sweep, and no one's going to touch him. 6 yards, 7-0 Cleveland. In the second quarter, Vinny Testaverde dusting off some rarely seen pages in the Cleveland playbook. Play fake, goes to his old Buccaneer receiver, Mark Carrier. 14-0, 35-yard play against Tom Flores' Seahawks. Then watch this. Vinny in the end zone, 21-0. And, well, go ahead. Go into the crowd. How about them dogs? Well, the Browns also for Bill Belichick, after the 4 previous losses, Tom, they'd given up only 30 points.
Yeah, Chris Warren would have his problems on the day. There you saw him stopped by Pepper Johnson. Then Anthony Pleasant, number 98, right there with the stop. And then again, Chris Warren into the line, trying to get outside to the left. And look at Anthony Pleasant play off the block, come back in and make the tackle.
Well, Tom Flores has seen more injuries and tragedy this year on a team than most teams see in 10 years. Dan McGuire's pass picked off by Eric Turner, looking like Paul McGuire on this day. And number 9 of the year for Turner. That ties him for the league lead and picked. Back to the offense. I tell you what, there's some pages in here that Belichick said, why not use them? Let's get our opponents in the playoffs thinking about us. Look at this. Fake one handoff, and then the reverse to Mark Carrier on the end around. Into the end zone. Does he spike it? No. He knows what time of the year it is. It's Christmas Eve. Where is he? There he is. Boom. A Santa spike. And the Browns will be hosting one game next week in a wild card round. Cleveland douses Seattle 35-9. They finished the year at 11-5. Their most wins since the 1986 team went 12-4. The Buffalo Bills out of the playoffs for the first time since '87 at the Indianapolis Colts. Marv Levy, chewed some gum, laid back. Browning Nagel making his first start in 2 years, and the former Jet from
Louisville
overthrows Floyd Turner. 6-0 Bills at the half. Ted Marchibroda, the one-time offensive coordinator for Marv Levy, turns it over to Jim Harbaugh in the third quarter. And first and 10, Harbaugh to Floyd Turner, and it picks up 12 yards. Then Roosevelt finds a hole and makes a bigger one. Look at, he blows past Matt Darby, the dinosaur, 24-yard gain. 2 plays later, Harbaugh. It's a pretty play to Turner, 13 yards, and the Colts lead it 7-6. Next possession for Indianapolis. Marshall Faulk on 4th and 1. Gets a whole bunch. Look at the moves for the Marshall plan, 28 yards.
Yeah, and I'll show you something just as pretty. Joe Stasiak and Will Wolford on the left side of the line, and look at them just collapse the Buffalo Bills inside. Marshall Faulk never had to change directions until he got 10 yards downfield.
His score is now 10-6, and Frank Reich trying to lead the Bills back to beat Metzelaars down to the 6. Reich looking for Thurman Thomas. They figure he have a touchdown. Oh, just off his fingertips, but Tommy, he said he was interfered with.
Yeah, as you watch the replay here, number 29, Jason Belzer, right there. Watch the right shoulder, the right arm pull back. That's where Thurman wanted the interference call, had a legitimate beat.
The Bills get the ball back with under 2 minutes to go. Reich, the done beep, 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 beep. Gain of 13 yards. Beebe had a big day catching 8 balls for 111. Steve Christie had not missed over 40-yard field goal this year. So can they get into Christie's range? Reich to Beebe, down to the 29. The worst words you could say to a Buffalo fan, believe us, we know. It's wide. Doink! Right, off the upright from 46 yards. And the Colts beat the Bills. And for Indianapolis, it's a nice job this season, finishing at 500 at 8-8 for March Abrota. The Colts sweep the Bills this year, winning by the count of 10-9. So for the Buffalo Bills, they need to rest, as we talked about last week. They will retool. They got some room under the cap. They may make a couple of player moves. They signed their center, Kent Hull, to a new contract this year. Now, let's go to the Arizona-Atlanta game, Tommy, because this one was dripping with irony.
Well, you talk about this game. This game was going to come down to the blitz-minded attitude of Buddy Ryan against that run-and-shoot offense. Would the quarterbacks, Bobby Hebert and Jeff George, be able to stand in and take the punishment and deliver the football? They did a good job of doing that today. When you talk about Buddy Ryan's football team, it's never defense, it's offense. They've got to find a way. Even down to the last play of the game, they could not get the ball in. So Buddy Ryan has a lot to do in the offseason as far as getting that offense in good shape.
For some offense. He's got to have some sort of offense with that defense, and he knows that. Though they made a good run starting at 0-3 to get back into the playoff hunt. When we return, speaking about a good run, Mike Sherrard, does he have wheels? Cowboys found out today. Giants-Cowboys from the Meadowlands next.
I can't believe it! Dixie Doo, Dunkaroo! Slam, bam, jam! Hey, fans, there is nothing like the excitement of college sports. And guess what? Now you can get a hot new magazine that's nothing but college sports. Every issue brings you the inside story on football, baseball, hockey, and more. Hey, and does it cover college hoops? Are you serious? Like nobody else. But it's unbelievable, baby. You can get a whole year of college sports for just $12.95. But can you believe it? Call now, and you also get my fantastic March Madness preview free. You'll get the inside story on all the tournament teams, plus my fantastic prediction. This deal is awesome, baby. Call now.
Call 1-800-554-9000 for 12 great issues of College Sports Magazine, plus your free Dick Vitale's March Madness preview.
Not a very interesting piece, reminiscent of early Doddies.
If he's so smart, why is he using those other batteries?
Now,
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
The Copper Top tops them all.
On any given Sunday, there's over 5,000 hits, 2,000 head cracks, and 500 body slams. But the trouble is, it's not on the football field. Violence shouldn't be a part of real life. Think about it.
This Christmas, give something that will make them ho, ho, ho all year long. Give the shower massage. Vitalodyne water pick.
Last week week of last season, you may remember, the Dallas at the New York Giants game was a game for kids from 1 to 92. This year, Dallas didn't need the win, but the Giants sure did, because with an unlikely playoff berth on the line, the Giants were trying to beat the Cowboys somewhere in the swamps of Jersey. And beating the Cowboys since 91, remember, but Emmitt Smith was sidelined, inactive for this game. Troy Aikman, they said he wouldn't play. Then Troy must have said, hey, I want to play because we've been rusty. But Phillippe Sparks almost makes the interception. Then Aikman takes a pop right here from Corey Miller. And then big number 74, Eric Howard, comes through. So Aikman wanted to play, which was gutsy, but he was tossed around, Tommy. Then in the second quarter, Aikman fumbles the snap for Mark Stepnoski, who Stepnoski's on the ball, and the Giants recovered. Next possession, Troy is forced to run. Get the knee brace. You really don't want to do this. So, Rodney, that's right, you, Rodney, warm up. And Rodney Pete got into the game. The Giants knew they would run Rodney Hampton all day long. This 8-yard game puts them over 1,000 for the 4th straight season. Now watch the time for Dave Brown and watch the speed for Mike Sherrard on this play. The Giants line doing a good job today, Tommy.
Yeah, and realize as you watch Sherrard move away from the defense here that this kid is coming off of a broken leg, and look at him fly by the fastest defense in football.
49 yards, and the Giants lead at 7-3. You talk about a Christmas present. All you did was buy a ticket to the game. Here, take this, put it under the tree. Nice job, Mike. And then look at the effort. He closes his eyes. Get me to the end zone. Get me to the end zone. Get me there. He got there, and the Giants had the lead, and the crowd enjoyed it. Now a 10-3 lead in the third quarter. Kevin Williams, so dangerous as a return man, takes the punt, finds the seam. Let him go. He could go all the way. Mike Horan involved with slowing him down. Aikman on the sideline says, okay, Rodney, let's go. Rodney Pete hands it off to the ex-Jet, ex-Patriot, now Cowboy, Blair Thomas. He needed another locker room. They give it to Thomas, and it's a touchdown. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, outstanding job of line blocking by the Cowboys, but watch Blair Thomas here move into the line, find the hole to the backside, do a good job of cutting back against the grain. I don't know if we've ever seen Blair Thomas run this well in the Meadowlands.
63 yards today, Tommy, on 18 carries for Blair Thomas. So we're tied at 10, and Dan Reeves said we need something big. Cowboys possession, even their own territory. Pete drops back. Jesse Armstead forced him to lose the ball. The Giants slide on it. Do they fall on it while it's in the end zone? Switzer says no. Oh, no. Jerry Austin says it's a safety. And the Giants lead 12-10. After a field goal makes it 15-10. Rodney Hampton left. Rodney Hampton up the middle. Rodney Hampton up the middle. 10 minutes plus for the Giants in time of possession in the fourth quarter alone. And their first win over the Cowboys since 91. Dan Reeves, because of other results, the Giants do not make the playoffs. But, boy, they have something to hang their hat on. This is a team that won their first 3, lost their next 7, wins their last 6, and the Giants win it by the count of 15-10. And so they know now Dave Brown, and they got some confidence going to the next season. What did we learn about Dallas today? Because it didn't affect their standing as the number 2 seed at all, Tom.
Well, first of all, we learned that they can't win without Emmitt Smith again. This is the 3rd time in a row that Emmitt Smith has been off the field and the Cowboys have suffered a loss. But I think as you look at the end of the season, losing 2 out of their last 3 football games, they cannot feel good about going into the playoffs playing the San Francisco 49ers, possibly in a championship game, having lost those 2 out of 3 and the 49ers playing perfect football.
There were a couple of games today, Tommy, where each team knew that if they won, they'd get in the playoffs. If they lost, they had to take their chances. One of those at Soldier Field between the Patriots and the Chicago Bears. And the Patriots trying to win it every way they could. We'll show you what happened when we return on NFL Friday.
Are you a sports fan? Do you know one? Because now you can get 5 different awesome sports videos for just $19.95. That's right, all 5 videos for only $19.95. And this is first-rate stuff. You'll see today's hottest stars like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley. Plus, get classic footage like Willie Mays and Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. And this video here is wall-to-wall incredible plays. It's got some of the most awesome action you've ever seen. You'll laugh and you'll cringe when you watch the greatest sports bloopers ever committed. Also see some of the most hilarious pranks and practical jokes in sports. These 5 different videos include hours of exclusive footage, much of it never before seen on TV. You can't go wrong because you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now and get these 5 great sports videos for only $19.95.
Call now, 1-800-210-7373. That's 1-800-210-7373. You get all 5 videos for only $19.95. Call 1-800-210-7373. That's 1-800-210-7373.
Another day begins in Europe. Just as it has for centuries. And as each new day arrives, so does a silver bird from the west. This morning, American Airlines will touch down in 11 European cities in 9 different countries, just as the new day begins. So whether it's business or pleasure that brings you to Europe, fly the airline that can have you there as early as tomorrow morning. American Airlines, something special to Europe.
Thrifty Car Rental Bull Week. It's the only solid week of bulls on television. The week kicks off with the Poland Weed Eater Independence Bowl when Virginia takes on TCU. Wednesday at 8, only on ESPN.
Never before in the history of the National Football League have 4 teams from one division made the playoffs in the same year. But then again, there's never been a division like our favorite, the NFC Norris division. We've been talking about this for weeks. Now, the Bay of Pigs at the Big Sombrero with playoff implications on Christmas Eve. Folks, it just doesn't get any better than this. Packers, Bucks, oh, what a sight. Leave the team there. The Sombrero will support a winner. Sam's team trying to win out. Could they win 5 in a row? But Mike Holmgren's team knowing that they would win and get in the playoffs in the first quarter. Edgar Bennett. Boy, he has really come on the second half of the season. Time. He's not going to go. Gets the blocks, gets the moves, and Bennett with 39 yards of churning run gives the Packers a 7-0 lead. Bennett had an even 100 yards on the ground today, caught 35 more yards worth of pass from Brett Favre. Eric Brett, well, the running game, what happened?
Sean defense has played outstanding run defense this year, Sean Jones, and you see him do it again right there against Eric Rett. 4th and goal, though, Hardy Nickerson, he could play some D, and he snuffs Bennett. And the Bucks have held on the 1-yard line, and the Packers lead is just 7-0. But Craig Erickson couldn't really get their running game going at all, could he? You see Charles McCray pull here, but then you see Wayne Simmons do a great job of sliding in behind the pull, and that will result in a loss when you get that kind of penetration.
Bryce Pop comes in with the hit, and look what happens. Doink! Oh, that umpire gets nailed. And that was kind of the way that Holmgren's team played defense, and Tampa's offense went for much of the day. As for Green Bay's offense, rather sterling, I would say. Sterling Sharp lays for its quarter, over 1,000 yards for the 5th time. Favre to Sharp, 6 yards. After 1 quarter, 14-0. Pack. Second quarter, more Favre to Sharp. This one's going to be a 49-yard hookup, and what a rainbow. Longest play from scrimmage this season for the okay, I'm out. 3 plays later with the score 14-6. Favre. Zing. Sharp. 23 yards. Where's the defense, Tom?
Well, and you take a look at this game plan where 3 Bucks at about the 15-yard line, all lined up like dominoes as Sharp gets into the corner of the end zone.
Well, Favre says, okay, you're not going to cover my man. Watch this. Okay, Sterling, you stand right on the goal line, and I'll catch you. He's in. There, where are they? 18 touchdown catches for Sterling Sharp. 33 thrown by Brett Favre. Both new club records. When we show you Hardy Nickerson, he played well in defeat for the Bucks.
Yeah, Hardy Nickerson does a great job here of getting in on a short yardage situation, sticking his shoulder in, and then look at the grab he makes here with his left hand, spears the ball, and comes down with a nice INT.
Yeah, but INTs, the Packer defense comes up with it here. The ball is tipped, and George Ice Teague, number 31, slides, makes the pick off Erickson, carries it deep before he's finally knocked out of bounds, setting up a field goal 34-12. Sam Weiss's team tried, but they couldn't avoid losing double digits for the 12th straight year. But Eric Rett became just the 4,000-yard rusher in Buccaneer history. Ricky Bell, James Wilder, Reggie Cobb, and now Eric Brett, the rookie. But the Gatorade bad, you know what? It doesn't feel bad when it's in Tampa. When it's at the frozen tundra, it feels a little bit cooler. Way to go, Packers. They are on the brink, but they win out the last few weeks, and the Packers are in the playoffs, meaning that all 4 from the Norris are in. Green Bay 34 and Tampa Bay 19. We told you that Favre had 291, and Mike Holmgren relieved and happy afterwards.
I know that the New England beat the Bears. So, you know, if we get a little break here, I think we can host a game next week, which would be very special, obviously, for the people in Green Bay. But, you know, there's 2 games. I will watch a little TV, yeah. We're giving everyone, we're all going to enjoy Christmas Day and then report back to work on Monday morning.
Well, we'll explain what Mike is talking about. They could still win the division, the Pack, but we'll explain that because maybe the coaches of the year in their respective conferences, Bill Parcells, Patriots, Dave Wannstedt, Chicago Bears, each team knew that if they win, they were in. Bledsoe overthrowing Vincent Brisby. Drew started slowly, Tommy. Ben Coates is wide open, but he overthrows him, and the Bears lead it 3-0 after 1. But Drew, you know he's going to pick it up, setting a new record for attempts in one season, and then Vincent Ultimate Brisby on the crossing pattern, and that sets the Patriots up at the 21-yard line of the Bears. Then some trickery. Michael Timpson, the reverse. Left side, look at Todd Rucci. Actually, we need to get out in front where Timpson was too eager. And the first reverse of the year for New England. Steve Walsh, well, does he have the big arm? Overthrows Tom Waddle. Walsh had a sink all day as well on a balmy day for this time of the season in Chicago. But Chicago's defense keeps it close. Look at Donnell Wolford, Tommy.
And look at the ease with which the ball is thrown by Bledsoe.
Good play by Wolford to knock it away. 6'3" P-man at the half. Walsh to Jeff Graham. He crackers his way 21 yards down to midfield. Then Walsh to Jeff Graham. New England's defense can lay the lumber. Graham holds it despite a pop from Myron Guyton. Then Kevin Butler sent him a field goal that will tie the game, but Troy Barnett, number 98, blocks it. So the Patriots special teams maintain the 3-point lead.
Yeah, watch Troy Barnett here, number 98, right in the middle of the football field, just bowl over Jay Lewinberg and make that block.
Early in the 4th quarter. Record-breaking day not only for Bledsoe, but for his tight end, Ben Winter Coates. Needed 3 catches to break the old tight end reception mark in one season by Todd Christensen. Coates got him. He is 96, a new record for Parcells' Pro Bowl tight end. Bears down by 3 on 3rd and 10, and they throw it short. I don't get it. Harlan Barnett nearly interception, and the Bears settled for a 36-yard field goal attempt, but this time no block, but no field goal either. The normally reliable Kevin Butler missed it, and the Patriots maintain their 6-3 lead. Then Bledsoe tries to put it away. Look at the touch pass to Michael Timpson beating Jeremy Land of Lincoln. The Patriots driving, but Bledsoe get a little careless. Mark Carrier makes the interception, and so the Bears stay in it, still down by 3. The Bears go 3 and out, and after a pass interference call, Bledsoe then warming up. Looks for Vincent Brisby, big receiver for him today, between defenders for 31 yards. Again, Tommy, that touch pass under 3 minutes ago. Bledsoe, well, he can bullet it to Leroy Thompson, 4 yards, and the Patriots lead at 13-3. Bledsoe, 23-38 for 277, and, well, it's not Gatorade. Look out, Bill. Yeah, but this time we see the smile, Tom. He was stoic last week, but the Patriots win again. The Patriots on their way into the playoffs with a 13-3 win at Chicago. Afterwards, Parcells toweled off and was happy.
I just told him I was proud of him and that I'd had my butt kicked in this stadium a couple of times, and I was grateful that they could help me feel a little bit better about coming here.
At one point in the season, we were 3-6. Everybody counted us out, and I think we were a little bit down, but we were able to come back and start playing some good football and win the 7 in a row. And to win 7 in a row in the league anytime is something else. But when you have to do it and when it's all on the line, it means a lot to us.
Well, it sure does. We'll explain it shortly, but the Patriots could still be the division winner in the AFC East pending Miami's result. And, Tommy, this is a different sort of win for New England. this was a close to the best game.
Yeah, this was one of those tough wins where Bledsoe did not throw the ball 50 times. But I think, first of all, congratulations to both of these coaches. A marvelous job by Parcells of teaching this young team how to win football games. And when you watch the Chicago Bears, I mean, Coach Wanstead's done an outstanding job, but at times it's just painful watching Walsh matriculate down a football field like 3 and 4 yards at a time when you know they need 25 and 30.
Well, it's like trying to hit the slot pitcher, and they're just setting you up, and all you want to do is tee off on the fast one. Bears make the playoffs, too. Congratulations to both teams and coaches. Well, the Green Bay Packers have gone already from the 6th to the 5th seed. They could be the 4th seed. They could be the 3rd seed. And, Tommy, if they're the 4th or 3rd seed, they may set themselves up for a one round in the playoffs, and they might play Dallas. I think of all the other teams other than Dallas and San Francisco, they may be the most dangerous in the NFC.
Well, outstanding run defense held the held the Buccaneers to 8 yards in the first half, running the football. Brett Favre has hit his stride. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers today caught in zone defense, and Favre and Sterling Sharp just ate them up. And we've said it often, this is a team that you don't exactly want to run into early in the playoff picture.
No, they have big play guys on offense, and then Jones, and of course Reggie White and Bryce Pop and some of the defenders. As we go inside the numbers, boy, you go to the sombrero, maybe it's the sunshine, maybe it's the Bubba Gump shrimp coming off the Gulf, whatever it is. Jerry Rice last year, 8 catches, 4 TDs. Sterling Sharp last year, 10 catches, 4 TDs. Sterling Sharp this year, 9 catches, 3 TDs. Send them to the sombrero. They like playing at Tampa Bay. Later, the Saints trying to pull an upset at Mile High Stadium. Jim Everett having a big year with the Broncos DS-49 allow him to have a big game.
In football, there are 3 levels of play. Mad, Matter, and Madden. Madden NFL 95, the game.
We've brought you here for a little chat about your teeth and some good news. An instrument made to get between teeth that you can comfortably use at home. The new generation Crest Complete. First, Crest created a brush to fit your teeth, designed to penetrate and clean far between them. Now new Crest Complete goes even farther than before. The better you care for your teeth, the more you and your dentist can enjoy these little visits. New Crest Complete, the dentist's choice for rippled brushes.
Jerome, Andre, Shannon, Marshall. What is this? Star Search, big name players, funky dances. Madden NFL 95, EA Sports.
If you were AT&T, the old American Telephone and Telegraph, the biggest, most powerful company in the universe, what would you be scared of? If you were AT&T, you'd be scared of only one thing. Me, from MCI. You'd be scared I'd call your customers and show them the savings with MCI. And you'd worry that they'd really like the idea and switch to MCI. Lighten up, AT&T. Don't be so scared of me and MCI. You have millions of customers, and it's going to be years before I can get through to all of them.
A quick recap of today's game. Boom, smack, splat, dance, bang, ouch, fumble, crunch. Madden NFL 95, the game.
How much longer can he last on that battery?
You know, he just doesn't get it. Duracell batteries outlast all other brands. Hey, Larry, sometime today?
Larry Doty for the birdie.
Hooked it. That should cost him a stroke.
Herb.
Okay, I'll get him down.
Herb.
The copper top. Tops them all.
Back on NFL Prime Time. Could it be the final game for the Rams in Anaheim? Please stay, they say. Well, a lot of people came disguised as empty seats. 25,000. Not a good showing at all at the Big A. Pete Schuler, did he have a good showing? Well, it's hit by Robert Bailey. Johnny Newman, what me worry? He's in the end zone, 22 yards. Rams lead it 7-0. After Reggie Brooks' touchdown ties it at 7, Chris Miller hangs in, throws it to Todd Heat in the kitchen, and look at him go. He could go all the way. Not only into the end zone, but he could go all the way into the stands. Look at him. Hey, boom. And then, how are you? How are you? How are you? He's fired up, Tom.
Yeah, you see Andre Collins here come free from his linebacker position, but look at Miller stand in and deliver the ball to Kinchin for the touchdown.
So that will tied at 14. Brian Mitchell takes the punt and looks for the seam. He's one of the best at this. How good is he? He's good enough to go all the way. 78 yards. Mitchell, 2 2,465 all-purpose yards. Best in the NFL. Late in the first half, down 17-14. Chris Miller to Jermaine Ross. 36 yards for the score. 21-17, the Rams lead it. Third quarter, Washington at the 1. Play action, Heath Schuler, the rookie, to James Jenkins. Good throw to the big fella. 24-21, Washington. You know, some of the teams that don't have the good records put on some of the best performances today, Tommy. Miller to Troy Drayton, but Martin Bayless is there to save the touchdown with the deflection. Tony Zendejas from 33 wide right. Zendejas, naturally, it's his first miss inside the 40 in 20 tries. Well, did the Grinch steal the Rams? The Redskins won the game, snapping a 7-game losing streak to win for only the third time this year. The Rams end with a 7-game losing streak, 24-21. Speaking of teams on losing streaks, the Oilers have won only one game all year. The Jets had lost 4 in a row. Jeff Fisher, well, strumming the guitar. That's a new play, I guess. It's called the B flat. Bucky Richardson passes to Webster Slaughter over the middle, nailed by Brian Washington. Slaughter now down to the 1-yard line. Then Richardson, I'll take it. 7-0 Oilers, and you talk about relief. What is that spike? That's really Boomer Esiason looking for the play. The play is Johnny Johnson, 1 yard, and we're tied at 7 at the Dome. Pete Carroll trying to at least end on a winning note. Glenn Foley, the rookie from BC, saw some action today. His first pass complete, but Henry Ford and Tim Roberts say, welcome aboard. Boomer says, hey, I'm on the sideline, don't bother me, but Foley played only one series. Then Slaughter from Richardson makes the play on James Hasty, 17 yards and a first down. Now, Richardson throws it to the right side. Oh, what a catch by Webster Slaughter, who today caught 8 for $123. Oilers lead at 13-7. And a couple of Al Del Greco field goals, and Clifford Hicks takes the punt, leaps over one, and it's a fumble! John Henry Mills causes a fumble. Todd Barber McNair recovers. It was a mission possible for the Oilers. Bucky almost throws the game away, though, here into the hands of Washington, who fumbles the ball. And Lorenzo White falls on it and recovers. Then White scores a touchdown from 3 yards. 19-7 Oilers. Wild play here. Richardson's pass knocked back by Mo Lewis. Then he throws it again. It's intercepted by Marcus Turner. Ref says you can't do this. Turner says, well, why not? I made the interception. But 2 passes on the same play from behind the line of scrimmage. That's a bozo no-no. But it didn't matter because Jeff Fisher gets his first. Oh, what the heck? You win a game, you get water. Jeff Fisher is doused, and the Jets end up losing for the 5th time in a row to fall to 6-10. And the Oilers win it by the count of 24-10. Well, it certainly has not been a great season for the Jets, but this is very disturbing news on Christmas Eve. The Vice President and General Manager of the Jets, Dick Steinberg, received a preliminary diagnosis of treatable, now keyword here, treatable stomach cancer. Further procedures and tests are proceeding to determine the course of treatment. Dick is one of the good fellas in football, and forget what the Jets have done or what they haven't done. We all wish Dick a recovery, and treatable is the key word. That would be a great Christmas present for those that know him. He has many friends in the league, certainly here at ESPN as well. Raiders, Chiefs, winner in, loser out. Doesn't get much more simpler than that.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the Journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-572-2600. That's 800-572-2600.
Spartan School of Aeronautics can train you to be a pilot or quality...
A pilot?
Yes, Spartan has been training aviation professionals in Tulsa, Oklahoma since 1928. Spartan offers training in aviation maintenance, broadcast... What now?
Shouldn't you join the military for something like that?
Only if you want a haircut.
I guess you could say careers are really taking off at Spartan.
Call Spartan School of Aeronautics at 1-800-233-0500. That's 1-800-233-0500.
70,000 entered, but only one became a living legend. Michael Joyce won ESPN's Football Legends Sweepstakes. $10,000.
Thanks, ESPN.
4 ESPN Sunday night NFL games.
Prime time. Chris Berman tickets to the legendary Super Bowl. And Savan Clothing. ESPN, where legends are made. This sweepstakes is sponsored by Savan. No wrinkle cotton clothing.
With the score up on the board that the Patriots had won, the Chiefs and Raiders knew at the sold-out Mausoleum. Ho, 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 you win, you're in. Raider fans coming dressed in all shapes, sizes. That's part of the jury pool. Joe was there as well. Joe Montana, first quarter. He has his best receivers back and healthy and open. Willie Davis, first series, 47 yards, and the Chiefs lead it 7-0, much to the chagrin of Art Shell. Raiders second possession. They start a drive. Hostetler to Tim Brown. Nice catch, nice run. Then Haas, Brown hauls it in with the right hand, makes the spin. Then Haas to the rocket. Ishmael inside the 15-yard line. But on 3rd and goal from the 2, Hostetler, what? The lateral to Harvey Williams. They're fortunate that Harvey recovers it, Tommy.
Yeah, Derek Thomas gets the penetration here from the outside. Gets Hostetler everything except the right arm, and then Haas chooses to throw the ball wildly back. This could have been fatal for the Raiders.
This was a play that began on their own 22 plays for over 12 minutes, and they just get a field goal. Late in the first half, the Raiders drive it again. Andrew Ski Glover makes a 25-yard catch from Hostetler. Then Haas to Tim Brown for 13 yards. Right before the end of the half with 12 seconds to go, they figure let's get it a little closer for Jeff Jager. Mistake. He's hit by Derek Thomas, and Mark Collins, the former Giant, picks it up. He could go all the way. Haas leveled by Derek Thomas on the play. So instead of being a 7-6 Kansas City lead, Tommy, at the end of the half, it's 14-3 Chiefs.
Chris, a lot of bad things happened to Jeff Hostetler on this play. It began with Neil Smith getting a hit to the head right there. Could have been called. I think that's what Haas was angry about at the end of this play. Mark Collins makes the nice interception, and then you see Derek Thomas flatten him at the end of this play as Mark took it in for the touchdown.
So Marty Schottenheimer says, hey, we know we have the Raiders' number. We beat them 9 of the last 10 going in. Haas bummed, not to mention upstairs. Somebody higher than Haas was upset. In the third quarter, 17-3 Chiefs, and they're driving. But Greg Hill looking for the clinching touchdown. It's a fumble! Derek Hoskins recovers for the Raiders, who have second life. Marty, well, after giving him an earful, says it's all right. Hostetler out of his end zone, complete to Tim Brown. But the Raiders, who set a record for most penalties ever by a team in the season, this time it cost them points. Penalty in the end zone for tripping, 2 minutes on the play, and it cost them 2 points. Then Thomas, Derek does, sacks Hostetler. Haas leaves the game hurt. And Vince Evans came in. So the day's over, right? I don't think so. The venerable one. Vince Evans, one play. Alexander, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. 65 yards. It's a 19-9 game. But Marcus Allen wouldn't let his new team down against his old team. 10 years ago, he was MVP in the Super Bowl for the LA Raiders. 132 yards for Allen. He's over 10,000 yards. Only the 9th man in NFL history to do it. He does it against his old mates. Two classy guys. Marty Schottenheimer, who's in. Art Shell, who is not. Both teams end at 9-7, but because the Chiefs swept the Raiders and have won 10 of their last 11 against L.A., they win the tiebreaker and are the 6th and final seed in the AFC. And, Tommy, what kind of mentality, you know, the Raiders usually can intimidate some teams like Denver, but Kansas City going in, it's like they know defensively we can play with the Raiders. What kind of advantage does that give them going into a game like this?
Well, having won 10 out of 11, I think the key to that mentality is, one, Joe Montana coming from the San Francisco 49ers and believing that when his game plan is on, no one can beat them. And then Marcus Allen coming from the Raiders obviously knows that team very well, knows what it takes mentally to beat that football club. When I talked with the Chiefs, they said we have to get the key first downs that we need in short yardage situations. Marcus Allen was there to do that all day today.
And Joe Montana was there. He knew that they had some big plays available against the Raiders. Joe left the game in the fourth quarter with a left knee contusion. No late report on that yet, although he was on the sidelines to finish the game, not in the locker room. So maybe that's a good sign for Kansas City, who will play next week. 100-yard rushers today, Marcus Allen heads the list. 10,000 yards for his career, 100 yards on the day in the playoffs for Kansas City. I would say that's a complete day's work. Edgar Bennett, the even 100. Edgar Allan Poe Bennett quotes the Packers to the Buccaneers, nevermore. We'll be back.
The critics are calling Disclosure a Sizzling, sexy powder cake. Sensational, 4 stars. Fantastic, a complete winner. A sexy, suspenseful thriller. Michael Douglas, Demi Moore. Disclosure, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the Journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-572-2600. That's 800-572-2600.
Thrifty Car Rental Bull Week. It's the only solid week of bulls on television. The week kicks off with the Poland Weed Eater Independence Bowl when Virginia takes on TCU. Wednesday at 8, only on ESPN.
Prime Monday, 7:30, ESPN.
NFL scores and details. Get them as they happen or whenever you want them from ESPN Net on Prodigy. Inside info, stats, transactions, scores, previews, reviews, all at the touch of a button. Call 1-800-ESPN-PRO to subscribe. Get connected with ESPN Net on Prodigy.
The best in the AFC, the Central Champs against the best in the West. The Chargers looking for the second seed. Rod Woodson didn't play. Steelers know they have home field sewed up. Greg Lloyd didn't play. Neil O'Donnell sat down after a quarter, but Mike Tomczak looked very good. This game reminiscent of an old-style AFL game. Tomczak, the Dwight and the Family Stone, everyday people out of the backfield. Dick Hantak signals a late hit on Junior Seau. He doesn't like it, but we're tied at 3-3. Andre Coleman has returned 1 kick for a touchdown this year. Andre Coleman has returned 2 kicks for a touchdown this year. Look at him go. 90 yards, 10-3 lightning bolts. Bobby April, the special teams that played better for the Steelers this year, but well, they didn't play that well today.
Yeah, great blocking here by the wall. Ronnie Harmon and John Perella. You see Coleman use the nice lane to his left and then turn on the afterburners as he goes down the football field. Ronnie Harrison got the last block.
Next drive, Tomczak. Mims is the word, though. Chris Mims makes the sack, and Tomczak coming up lame. Had to leave for a little bit. Steelers kick a field goal, make it 10-6. Well, is your emergency quarterback Jim Miller? No, it's Neil O'Donnell to Andre Hastings for 19 yards. Next play, O'Donnell back in to the rookie, number 81, Charles Johnson. Nice catch in the end zone, 13-10 Pittsburgh. O'Donnell 5 for 5 for 72 yards in a 2-minute drill. So, where in the world is Carmen Standiego, as in Stan Humphries? He's going to go to his second tight end, Alfred Papunu Platter, who makes the catch and dishes out the hors d'oeuvres. 2 plays later, Ronnie Harmon. What a valuable player he is for the Chargers inside the 5-yard line. That sets up Humphries to Mark Shea. It's 17-13, and the Chargers can flip about the lead at the half. What a fun game this was. Dean Strait scores it 24-19. Tomczak, 4th quarter, back to Charles Johnson, and he's gone. How many big plays can you have in one game? 83 yards. Johnson into the end zone. Out of the end zone, into the tunnel, down to Tijuana. Tommy, what happened?
Yeah, last line of defense here. You see Johnson make the catch in the crowd. Darian Gordon has a chance to make the tackle, and once he misses it, Johnson is gone.
Bobby Ross watches it, says, wait a minute, we really want the bye. But Stan Humphries gets hit by Eric Jonasons. He sprains his right thumb, had to come out. So with the score 34-27 Steelers, no Humphries at 4th and 1. Gail Gilbert, and they give it to Natron Means Business. 20 yards, touchdown, boom. We're tied at 34. The Chargers hold and get the ball back. Gail Gilbert to Mark Shea. And Shea turns it up inside the 30. Setting up John Cuddy, Sheila McCray, Audrey Meadows. The San Diego audience is the greatest in the world. Good night, everybody. Chargers win the second seed in the AFC, beating the Steelers 37-34 in a game that Bill Cowher said, oh, what the heck? Let's play a wild offensive game for a change. Entertaining football at the Murph. Meanwhile, Saints Broncos at Mile High. Balmy mid-50 conditions in Christmas Eve in Denver. Wade Phillips, is his job in jeopardy? Well, a lot of folks think he had to win, but Jim Everett's had a real nice year. That was Brad Muster with the candlestick, and then it's Everett to Michael Hughes for the touchdown, 10-3 Saints.
Yeah, and take a look at DS49 here, possibly his last game. Few have done it better than him. Here he lays the big hit on Torrance Small. He has been one of the great safeties to ever play this game. Right there he comes up, his patented hit through the line of scrimmage on Mario Bates.
Well, Hugh Millen playing for the injured John Elway. Reggie Rowland on the Rivers, pass it back on the flea flicker to Derek Russell. 32 yards, leads to a Broncos touchdown. Saints lead at 17-12, and the Broncos here are going for 2. Millen fakes the handoff. What? The pitch? Oh, my goodness, the backhanded shovel pass. And the Saints lead is down to 17-14. Jim Everett to Torrance Small. How many big plays can we see on the final day of the season? 75 yards. Ray Crockett and Darrell Hall looking like John Oates. 24-14 Saints. It was not a Las Vegas turnaround. Third quarter, Broncos lead it, trailing 24-14. Millen to Anthony Miller, 20 yards. Start of the fourth quarter. Derek Clark, 240 pounds of running back into the end zone, makes it 24-21. Jim Everett on the sideline with a bruised elbow. That brings in Wade Wilson. Does he wade in the water? Well, a scramble on 3rd and 10. Doesn't quite pick up the first down, but holding on the play for the Broncos to the chagrin of Wade Phillips. So we watch the other Wade operate, and the Saints and Morton Anderson. Morton kicking a couple of field goals today, becomes only the 8th man ever to kick 300-plus field goals in the NFL. Congratulations to Morton. Broncos score a late touchdown, but it's not enough. And the Saints beat the Broncos by the count of 30-28. Jim Everett, 343 yards. And I'll tell you, I know Terry Allen had a beautiful comeback off the knee injuries, but Allen and Everett comeback players of the year. We'll be back. Playoff picture to be explained.
Golf Digest introduces 8 ways to a better golf game. It can help you experience a game that's better all around. Get the 8 ways to a better golf game video. It's guaranteed to improve your game, and it's free with your paid subscription. Order 12 issues of Golf Digest for just $19.77 now, and get the latest video free. Call 800-225-7555. That's 800-225-7555.
This could be your arm. This could be your chest. These could be your shoulders. This could be your thigh. This could be your stomach. This could be your back. This could be your body. This could be the way. The Soloflex Muscle Machine, just $39 a month. Call now for a free brochure.
Hi, I'm Anthony Smith, here on behalf of the Watch program with a reminder that this time of the year, even the busiest people can find time to watch Sunday Night Football.
Humble, I think.
Watch Christmas night when the Lions play the Dolphins.
Tommy, we have in our hand the playoff picture, barring the last 2 games. So here we go. In the NFC, San Francisco and Dallas get opening round byes. Minnesota, if they win Monday night, win the Central as the 3rd seed. If they lose and Detroit wins Sunday night, they win the Central. Green Bay, they can move up from 5 to 4 and maybe 3 if the other teams lose. They win a tiebreak with Detroit and Minnesota. Chicago is definitely on the road next week. Pittsburgh and San Diego get the byes. If Miami wins on Sunday night, they are the champs of the East and are the 3rd seed. If not, New England is the 3rd seed. Cleveland hosts a game next weekend. Kansas City is either at Miami or at New England pending Sunday night. I hope that explained everything. Let's explain something much more important. Merry Christmas from all of us here at ESPN to you. For Tom Jackson and all of us, happy holidays.